Hey everybody, my name is Tony Gapistone. Welcome to the Brave Maker online experience as well as the Brave Maker podcast. Today I have a special guest. You know, we're always about people who are telling and living brave stories. And since the pandemic hit us early March, I've started to work with people who are moving and shaking in their respective industries, whether it's the art world, the entrepreneurial world, the film world, the acting world. And today I'm going to have one of my new friends, Minna Rogers, talk about her experience with her company, Légère Creative. So welcome, Minna.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
For sure. So tell us about yourself and Legere, which I always love saying with a little bit of like the guy from Beauty and the Beast. What's his name? The candle, Legere.
Oh, yes.
The
Lumiere.
Lumiere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Légère Creative. So tell us a little bit about it.
Légère means light and airy in French. And that is the space that I want to create. So I grew up dancing and in the arts and then studied a little bit of psychology. And I have just been blessed to have the arts as a healing and connecting tool in my life. And it wasn't until I went through a really hard time about 6 or 7 years ago, a big transition in my life, and realized firsthand, really for the first time, that how healing the arts are, how centering they are, and how much I feel alive and aligned with myself when I'm creating, and also when I'm experiencing other people's creations and beauty. And so I wanted to just bring that to everybody. Not everybody wants to go to a dance class or an art class for self-care. It seems very intimidating at first. It can be if we're not artists, even if we are. And so I wanted to create a safe space for people to create. I believe that we're created to create, to give back in that way. And I wanted to create a place for people to really meet themselves, meet their most inner creative selves. Because when we live in that alignment, mind, body, soul, we really work from so much more wisdom and have so much more passion in our lives and freedom and just that light, airy feeling, hence the name Legere.
Yeah, I love that. It made me think about, I've heard and I know of corporate companies that encourage their executives to go to improv classes to learn how to, like work on their feet and be ready to take suggestions and learn how to say yes and not always say no. Because I think our brains, for whatever we're doing, whoever we are, if we only do this one thing, and this is kind of how we live our life, we don't recognize that kind of trying something else, trying a new discipline might actually do something, and we might enjoy it, but might do something to help us in that lane that we find ourselves in. I think that's a really cool way to look at it.
Mm-hmm. And it's so beautiful that we don't have to be experts, right? We don't have to be a professional painter to enjoy the art of creating paintings.
Mm-hmm. And you said too about how art is healing, and you said this is sort of a personal connection for you. So did Legere really start because you were seeing what was happening in your own life? Like you saw like, oh my gosh, I'm experiencing healing, and so I want to help other people experience that same healing.
Yes. Yeah. So in that time of transition and lots of, anybody who's gone through a big, tough life change knows that you feel nervous and anxious and angry and crazy all the time, or like a lot of the time. And then what brings that that centering, and where can I find what's next, and what do I want, and who am I really in this situation. So I think those are relatable, whether we're going through huge transitions or, just every day to day. Who am I? What do I want next? What's tomorrow look like?
Mm-hmm. And it seems like this might be a perfect time during this pandemic shelter in place to sort of make some time, to carve out some time for mindfulness or to practice some of these disciplines. So talk about that a little bit. What kind of experiences or classes is Legere offering, and how might people get involved?
Yeah. So Legere started out in person, of course, as we all did before the pandemic hit. And we were having long weekend day workshops with different creative arts modalities. So basically the schedule goes that we do a little bit of art, talk about our art, think about our art, spend some time in silence, spend some time reflecting. It's just a very gentle and rejuvenating kind of space. So we take it easy and create beauty and art together. And now we've pivoted to online, of course, as everybody has.
Yeah.
And we've been doing, for the month of June, we just finished a series of 30-minute mindful movement workshops so that we can get that mind-body connection, but not have a whole day of it, just kind of once a week for 30 minutes so that we can fit in our schedules. So that was a movement class with me. Much of it is based on like stretching and strengthening, just really activating the muscles, and then kind of letting our body speak. It's not fitness. It's not self-help psych stuff. It's kind of a little bit of both. It's just activating and being and meeting with yourself through the art form. We're working on more of those 30-minute movement classes, as well as longer workshops online, which we've done a few as well. Maybe a 2-hour workshop to like 1 hour creative writing, 1 hour movement, or we can add some art in there. We have lots of options for creation.
That's cool. And I know you also do private coaching as well. So if there's anybody who's listening, because I know Zoom classes, a lot of people have different feelings about them. My one daughter is like never wants her camera on when she's in her Zoom class. My other daughter like longs for those classes because she's so extroverted and she wants connection. So I think it sounds like there's something for everybody. If you like group classes, you can do that. If a one-on-one coaching consultation with Minna might be good. And this is a great way. Like, I think it's actually, the pandemic has caused so much harm to our industries, to our personal lives.
Yeah.
I am, trying to figure out how we're going to keep our head above water too. And at the same time, I go, okay, this opportunity to meet and reach more people, like your business can actually reach people across the country and across the world. I know you had some people who were in Europe, right? Or somewhere, and you were offering.
Yeah. I have family in Europe. They were able to join, some friends, and people on the East Coast. It was really cool to kind of our first time doing it online. We received all of these new friends from all around the world, which was kind of a neat side effect.
I love that. Yeah. Cool. So if you're watching this and you're wondering how you might connect, go to @Légère Creative. That's her Instagram page. And it was fun because Min and I got to talk a little bit about that over this pandemic, about how powerful social media is. I wonder if you want to share anything about what you did in the past couple months with Legere because of shelter in place that might have been beneficial to you for other people who have businesses and are trying to figure out what to do as they can't meet in person.
Yeah. So we find ourselves with all this extra time, right? Especially at the beginning when we were really hunkered down. And I created my online presence a little bit more. I knew that I wanted more exposure, but I didn't quite know how to do that. I'm more of the artist than the marketer. And so Tony, you helped me quite a bit with just helping coach what works and what doesn't, and what makes a beautiful page. And it was, in the end, very fun. Like it's art in and of itself. So I've been creating beauty for that page as well.
That's great. I love that. I really do. That was really fun for me to kind of do a little bit of a pivot and take on some clients in this space, and then go, okay, well, obviously you're a natural partner for us at Bravemaker with Legere and what you're doing. And I want to see, your business thrive. So thanks for allowing me to help you. And if there's any, other stuff that we can do for you for the future, this will be obviously available for you to share video form, and then we'll put it out into a podcast form too, because it's a great little piece for people to get to know you and what you do. And I really, really hope that people can benefit from all of the offerings and the classes that you have, especially as you go into the next phase and offer and create new classes. Real quick before we go, I'd love you just to share about like your background. I know you have a background in these disciplines, so people go like, well, did you just like self-teach? Well, how did you get to this place in offering these types of classes?
Who is this person? Yes. I grew up dancing. I was on the professional track, ballerina track. Kind of pivoted when I was about 15 into more musical theater, started singing and acting. So performing arts is my space for my own health and expression. I teach dance around the Bay Area, ballet and musical theater, and a little bit of tap and jazz. So that's kind of my space. I also have a master's in marriage and family therapy. I am not a therapist. I didn't go that way. I became a teacher, but it informs my work for sure. And it helps me to really teach people how to be gentle with themselves and how to find that space for themselves. So I'm putting all of that together. And my undergrad was in French, so my name has to be French.
That's so cool. It just is a really neat kind of your intersectionality between the things that you are passionate about, the things that you're trained at, and things that you do, I think make you a really unique offering for the world. So I love seeing that when people take, and create their own path, make their own. We have this phrase, brave your own way. And I really think that's what you're doing. So I want to encourage you to keep doing it. The world needs you and needs what you're doing. And I hope to see hear many stories of people who are becoming mindful, moving that body around a little bit and getting creative. You've got this quote on your Instagram right now. It's cool. It's like, you got to allow yourself to be creative in order to produce creativity. Yeah. And we are so busy, and there's so many things right now. We are full. Our schedules are full. But the simplicity of going, you've got to allow yourself, and I almost hear in that like giving yourself permission. So yeah, so if you're needing permission right now to take care of yourself, contact Legere. We have a comment here. Melissa is saying the world needs this. Yes, Melissa, the world needs this. Thanks for tuning in, Melissa. Robertino tuned in with some dance, some art, and a reflective little window emoji over there. So go ahead and tell people your email and any other way they can follow up to see you.
Yeah, so our website is legerecreative.com. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Légère Creative. The Instagram and Facebook are probably the most up-to-date information about our programs. So definitely give us a follow, and I'll put any new classes that we add to the schedule, which are coming soon. I'll put those on there, and then the website will be updated as well. If you have questions, feel free to contact me directly. We're a tiny business. I'll write you back myself. It's just me. So it's legerecreative@gmail.com right now, or you can go to the website legerecreative.com and just fill out the contact me form. That's fine too.
Fantastic. Cool. Well, I hope as you're watching or listening in some way, you are craving to take care of this thing that you are created in. We are all, I love that you said that, we are all created beings, created to create. Definitely something that we at Bravemaker align with you on. And however we can help here at Bravemaker, if you find yourself trying to start something as an entrepreneur like Minna, you can give me a email too. I would love to help people launch your business, help you find your creative path. And we'll be seeing and hearing more from Minna in the future. I know I'm Tony at bravemaker.com. And you heard Minna is legerecreative@gmail.com. Let us know how we can help you. Thanks, Minna. Anything else you want to say before we take off?
Thank you so much. You've been so helpful and encouraging. And it's just great to have partnered with you on this project.
For sure. We wish you the best. Brave stories change the world, and you are the story. Till next time, everybody.